Hello, my beautiful friends. I am your friend Kevin, and this is your Divine Daily Blast. Let's get right to it. Angel numerology number 3 day today. I call this reflective. However, it's gentle guidance from those who have ascended, including the ascended masters. That means folks who were at one point on earth, living as we live in the physical experience, and then ascended into the world of spirit, loved ones. The divine masters. They're here to remind us that everything is fine and it's all okay. And really, we should have fun. The energy of the 3 is about being artistic and creative. If you have a tarot deck and you're into tarot, or even if you're online, look up the 3 of Cups, 3 of water in some cases. The Hermit, the Moon, all of them work. You can call upon the archangels, such as Archangel Azrael, Gabriel or Gabriel, Raziel, Jophiel, and Zadkiel. This whole Archangel Council can assist us when we are looking at being reflective, when we're looking at having a higher celestial council of beings on our side. And who knows, we need it at this moment in time with everything being so much all over the place. Now, my isms. I am perfection unfolding. I am allowing in more blessings of love, more blessings of money, abundance, health, wealth, romance, joy, fun, laughter. Keep the positive desires flowing. When we are in the flow of positive desires, we are summoning the universe, summoning the divine council, summoning the energy of source, of which we are an extension of it. However, when we're resisting the flow, we begin to argue and we begin to put up pretenses for the things that we want. Yeah, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy. That's an argument. And it stops. It talks about limitation. We are limitless. We're living in a world where there are 2 sides. One, they have everything. The other, they have nothing. What side are you desiring to be on? Summoning the desires, summoning in blessings of love, money, abundance, health, wealth, romance, joy, and fun and laughter does take an effort if you have been in the habit of living without these things. If you're not sure how to summon these things, if you were raised in poverty consciousness, or if you have had a programming of scarcity, you get to the point of abundance, you get to the point of wealth, you get to the point of unlimitless opportunities by practicing. Every time there's a contrasting element to what we desire, we have to repeat the affirmations, retrain the brain, retrain the attraction, and retrain or reignite the summoning. I'm hoping all this makes sense to you. I am creating, I am attracting, I am manifesting. One of the most effective affirmations in the face of adversity, in the face and the seat of fear, is all is well. From this moment forward, all good things happen. I am learning to go with the flow of the divine. I'm learning to call upon divine magic. All of it. The prayer today is from Archangel Sandalphon, or affirmation as to say. With my feet on earth and my head in heaven, I deliver your prayers directly to the divine and return the answers back to you. It's said that Sandalphon, Archangel Sandalphon, was so tall his head was in heaven, his feet was on the earth. My prayers are always heard and always answered. I receive angelic guidance with perfect clarity. You know, angelic guidance comes in really unusual ways. Angelic guidance can come on a billboard. It can come in a letter. It can come from the wild animals. It can come from your own pets. It can come from your own family members. You can even hear it in your quiet moments. But it requires all of us to be grounded. It requires all of us to have a peaceful heart. We have two. We have an angel activator this week, and we have a new divine master. All very lovely. Let's start with the angel activator. The water guardians. Let your emotions flow. And that means giddy, fun, uplifting emotions, not so much the sad emotions, challenging emotions. Let all the emotions flow. And right now we have a lot of feelings within us, and it's time to let them out. Let your emotions be the powerful messengers that allow you to express the tender, vulnerable parts of who you are, who we are. Don't fight against it. Revealing this natural part of yourself, you are revealing your beauty and your gifts and allowing others to witness the most authentic part of who you are. Not frightened to be vulnerable, not stepping away from your true felt emotions about how you feel about things. Your activation message to the angels could be, water guardian, I trust my emotions, I let them flow with ease. We are being challenged on this entire planet to speak up when it's needed, not to sit back. Being challenged to trust our intuition more and more and more. Stand in the power of who you are, rather than absorbing what other people believe you should be. We all live in this world where we're trying to be what we believe other people think we should be. And trying to be what we perceive other people think we should be is a mask. It's an outfit. It's a mood. It's a mode. It's a response and a reaction that is not truthful. We can be inspired. We can be motivated. And we can act from a space and a place of truth and honesty. That's really where the true magic is. And really, true magic is what we're seeking. Now, today, my friends, the moon is in Scorpio. The loving sign of Venus and the awkward sign of Saturn are having a meeting. Now, if you use these energies to work through challenges and obstacles and get things out of the way so you're clear, you can resolve any relationship issues at home or work. My experience is when the loving sign of Saturn bumps up against the rule-following, the loving sign of Venus bumps up against the really awkward, fussy, rule-following, orderly planet of Saturn, we get to see things how they truly are because we're looking at things from a loving space. And Scorpio, with the moon in it, the moon shows us the shadows, Scorpio being the mysterious sign of the zodiac. Never really sure what's going to happen, what's going to get revealed. Scorpios straddle the line between the good and the, not so good. Scorpios do not shy away from anything. They're deep and brooding. So with all of this, we get to become the magical manifestor, and we see our relationships for what they truly are. Under these planetary lineups, those in our lives get revealed. Secrets get revealed. People's true elements of who they really are come out, which is why we let our emotions flow. People need to see stability. They need to see people not being afraid to be honest about who they are and what they're about, what they're up for. Now, our divine master for this whole week is Thoth. Thoth is about divine magic, works with the star people. Once said he was the ruler of the Atlanteans. Kind but firm. And when they would not follow the guidance, the leadership, that civilization got destroyed. So he's the teacher that awakens us, the student becomes the master. And Thoth this week is showing up with the message that we have the powers of heaven and earth coming together, and boy do we. He's putting the power of creation in our hands, basically suggesting that whatever we set out to do, we will do. All of the lessons that we've learned from the past give us the ideal, perfect understanding of what will be in our highest good and in our highest truth. That being said, we become the magical manifestors that are deserving of this magical life that we came here really to fulfill. Having a belief in who we are and calling in all that we need to do so we can do more. So think about this. You're no longer the student, you're the teacher. You're the one that has the creative expression to lead people, to give people a sense of stability, to encourage people to become their own teacher. Your life will never be complete and fulfilled until you share what you've already experienced. It's like an incarnation, a birthing, like a what do they call it when you get crowned? Coronation. There are lessons to be learned from these events in your life. There'll be the great gifts to those who receive them. Take the time to create the ideal plan of action. Maybe you get out a pen, a notebook, write down your intentions so the universe can bear witness. Think about the universe, your guides, your angels, Thoth, all of them. Imagine you put your declaration to God, the source energy. This is what I desire. And you think about the council of angels signing it. We're signing it. We're giving you, whatever they do. They use those quills. I'll get to this card in a minute. Sunday, the 8th of March, empowerment is teaching myself to fly. And I know my wings are strong. And here we have Canadian geese. So this is all working together. This is all flowing with emotions, sending your prayers up to the divine, understanding that we're perfection in motion, manifesting more blessings, creating, attracting, manifesting, all of it, and using our magic to teach other people how to do it. Now, no word, the Page of Wands. Pages in most tarot decks are messengers. They bring information. Now, this particular page has a small baby dragon on her hand, which eventually turns into a big dragon. And that big, large dragon energy, call it the Queen and the King of Wands, has the ability to change the world. But they also have the ability to create mischief. So they're either an instigator sparking all kinds of new opportunities, Wands being the action suit of the deck, putting new ideas in your head, or even bringing people together that can start new things. Or they could be the one that meddles, that gets in the way, that creates a bit of a rift. So it's time to look and listen and create whatever it is we want to create. Let's see what the fairies have to say. Fairies, fairies everywhere. Land us a blessing that pulls all this together. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We welcome your presence. We welcome your fun. We welcome your magic. Here we go. That feels good. Peace. So the fairy of peace has been around. Oh, I like this. Has been around before. But the fairy of peace says nothing can be accomplished when we are all in this fragile, fractious, frothy space. We have to get to peace. We have to get to peace before we can ever find any kind of playfulness, before we can really get creative. Our friend of the channel, Vicky Loper, has the Healing Artist channel. You should go over there and look at some of the shorts or some of the longer versions. She's working with the elements of art: form, shape, contrast. And those elements can be applied to anything and everything that we do. It's teaching the very basic principles of what we see and what we perceive. So this fairy of peace sits cross-legged in meditation, finding that deep spiritual place in his heart space. The message really is that he wants you to discover this state of peace and tranquility within ourselves. This peace lily that the fairy king is holding reminds him that peace is present inside and out. It's present in our day-to-day life. Things that happen to disturb us, keep thinking about the peace lily. Believe it or not, we all can choose how we react to external events. I mean, there are times when we feel like we don't have the capacity or the capability to remain calm, particularly in this time of 1 minute it's this way, 1 minute it's another way, another minute it's something else. I think I shared my story last week about my friend who's living in a war zone where there's this 10-minute missile alarm siren that goes off. Can you imagine, no matter what time of the day or night, off go these sirens and everyone's summoned to a shelter? That's just, how do you find peace through all of that? But find it we should. I'm reminded of my ancestors, 1 to 2 generations up, who went through 6 years of a world war. Planes going overhead, dropping bombs. When I was a small child in the southern coast of England, where I'm from, people were finding undetonated bombs in the ground that had dropped but had not exploded. So we were all told to stay away from certain areas where there could be these unexploded devices, missiles, bombs under the ground. When the calmness card appears, which it is today, you can expect a period of heightened contentment in your life. You have to get to the heightened contentment within yourself. Heightened contentment is not somewhere that you look outside yourself for it. It's rippling from in here. I'm reminded of the story I told, and not just a story, it's actually happened, where about a half a dozen or a dozen monks walked over 2,000 miles from West Texas to the nation's capital around well, they started it, I think, in December, went through the holiday period in cold weather, marching for peace. That was it. They got a sense of serenity in their heart. It came from within. And they inspired hundreds of thousands of people to look within to find that peace and that tranquility, which is really what everyone's wanting. So many in human form want to look outside themselves, buying things, getting new things, having new things, getting more, having more, getting more. We're always expanding. But some of the human experiences, how are we expanding? Are we expanding in good ways? Or are we just expanding for self-gratification? Why not the self-gratification comes from inside here? All right, my friends, that's it from me. I'll be back with the navigations for the week ahead with the whole tarot spread to see how we go. Until then, bye for now.